living world is the first lesson of 5th standard. Before starting the lesson, we should know what is environment. The things around us is environment. Hills, forest, river, streams, insects, animals, birds, human beings and so many other things are the part of environment. In previous class, you might learnt about the living beings and non-living things. In this lesson, we are going to learn the characteristics of living beings. Here is a story of Somanna who sowed the fried groundnuts in his field. But not a single plant appeared in his land because the living component is destroyed in the seeds after frying it. Raw groundnuts have the characteristics needed to grow into a plant. Children, we know that plants and animals are living beings. Let us see the characteristics which decide them as living beings. Living beings are made up of cells. Observe these pictures, they are of plant and animal cells. How a house is being constructed by using several things such as bricks, cement, water, steel, wood, etc. Similarly, the body of living beings is made up of cells. You will learn more about cells in higher classes. But now we should remember living beings are made up of cells. Second one is living beings respire. You have learnt in the previous classes that living beings respire. During respiration, living beings take in air, use the oxygen and give out carbon dioxide. There are special organs to respire in animals. Plants also depend on oxygen for their respiration. Usually, they respire through stomata. These are the small openings which are present on the lower surface of leaves. Air containing carbon dioxide and oxygen enters the plant through these openings where it gets used in respiration. So the second one is living beings respire. And the third one is living beings eat food. Living beings perform many activities daily such as wood cutting, carrying load, hunting, etc. Living beings need energy to do all these works. They get this energy through food. Human beings can prepare the food what they want to eat. Think, how do plants obtain their food? Green plants produce their own food. That's why they are called as autotrophs. Each part of a plant does one or the other activity. Let us see the preparation of food in plants. Observe the picture. 4 important components needed to produce food by the plants are given. Plants use solar energy, carbon dioxide in air, absorb water, minerals and salts from soil through roots, and prepare food with the help of chlorophyll in leaf. This process is called as photosynthesis. Children, observe these plants. They are Drosera, Nepenthes, Utricularia. They prepare their own food. They depend on insects for nitrogen. So these are called insectivorous plants. You will know about them in higher classes. Now see the video how they catch insects. Animals depend on plants and other animals to prepare their own food. Therefore, animals are called heterotrophs. The animals are classified as follows based on the food they eat: herbivore, carnivore, and omnivore. And the next one is living beings grow. These pictures show the growth of the particular organisms. In every picture, there are an increase in height and size. This is called as growth. Let's see the fifth one, that is living beings move. Living beings need special organs for its movement. Observe this video. Human beings use their legs for movement, and animals too. Think about the birds. Which organ is needed for its movement? Yes, wings. Birds fly. Fish swims. Fish swim by flexing their bodies and tail back and forth. Fish use their back fin to push them through the water. Now look at the frog. The movement of the frog is hopping or jumping. Snake drags its body along the ground. This movement is called crawling. We know the movement is one of the characteristics of living beings. Think, all living beings can move? No. Plants do not have organs for movement, as in animals. Soil holds the root of plants so they cannot move from one place to another. But still, we can observe the following movements in plant. Roots growing towards water in the soil. Sunflower plant turning towards the sun. Here is an activity in your textbook. Keep a potted plant in a room. Let light pass in through a window. Observe it after some days. Observe the direction towards which the leaves have bent. Discuss with friends. You will observe that plant has bent over towards the sunlight. The bending of the stem of the plant indicates that plants move towards the sunlight. Excretion is also one of the important characteristics of living beings. The unwanted things generated from the body have to be thrown out of our body. Animals throw out unwanted things of the body in the form of carbon dioxide, sweat, feces, and urine. They have special organs for this purpose. What about plants? Plants also give out carbon dioxide during respiration. Dry leaf, stem, rotting parts, all these separate from the plants. They release excess water to the atmosphere through leaves. Living beings reproduce is also one of the characteristics of living beings. Observe the organisms and their young ones in the picture. Young ones of each organism resemble that respective organism. This process is called reproduction. Some animals carry out reproduction by laying eggs and some others by directly giving birth to young ones. The animals that lay eggs are fish, birds, reptiles, and insects. The animals which directly give birth to young ones are frogs, snakes, and mammals. Let's see the reproduction system in plants. Plants reproduce through seeds and stems. The plants that reproduce through seeds are soya beans, mangoes, tomato, etc. The plants reproduce through stems are rose plant, onion, potato, etc. Seed is an important part of reproduction in plants. A life cycle of a plant producing seeds from a seed is given here. Seeds, sprout, tree, flower, fruit, and the fruits develop the seeds. See the next one. Living beings respond to stimulus. When thorns prick our feet, we feel pain. We have observed our body shivering in cold, snake hissing in self-defense, and buffaloes getting into water to cool off during excessive heat. All these are the responses given by the organisms to the surrounding stimulus. Living beings respond to the changes in their surrounding environment. Usually they respond to touch, heat, cold, sound and smell. They have special organs for these. Observe the video of Touch Me Not plant. Folding off leaves when we touch. Flower of sunflower plant turning towards the sun. These are the ways that organisms respond to stimuli. Next one is living beings have lifespan. Organisms take birth, become adults, reproduce, become old and die at last. The period between birth and death of an organism is called lifespan. The average lifespan of some animals are given here. Turtle 150 years, elephant 70, cow 20 years, eagle 20 years, man 70 to 80 years. Based on the lifespan, plants are classified into annuals, biennials, and perennials. Plants which bear flower, produce fruits, and die in a year or a season are annuals. They are jowar, wheat, paddy, pumpkin, vegetables, and cotton. Plants which live up to 2 years or 2 seasons produce flower, fruit, and seeds and die. They are biennials. For example, carrot, ginger, cabbage, sugarcane, beetroot, etc. Perennials are the plants which live for many years and keep producing flower, fruit, and seeds. They are mango, lemon, coconut, neem, jackfruit, areca nut, etc. Let's repeat the characteristics of living beings. Living beings are made up of cells. Living beings respire. Living beings eat food. Living beings grow. Living beings move. Living beings excrete. Living beings respond to stimulus. Living beings have lifespan. Children, we have learnt about the characteristics of living beings. Plants and animals are two important components of the environment, but nowadays their number is decreasing as a result of man's greediness. Protection of plants and animals is the need of the day.